Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another stream. I hope you guys are, hanging in there because, yes, we are in fact seeing the crypto market having a crash today. But if you guys haven't seen my most previous videos, you should definitely check them out. But we should all be not be spooked out by this, this crash. Okay, and I wouldn't even call this like a significant crash, even though, yes, Bitcoin is in fact now at below $29,000. It's now at 28K. So it is obviously having a slight drop. I wouldn't say it is in fact majorly crashing and we all be, should be like freaking out or anything like that. But this could be a emergency for Bitcoin, right? Since Bitcoin is now looking like it is in fact slowly breaking more down to the downside. Okay, so it's crashing slightly even more down to the downside. And I told you guys, right, even in yesterday's video, I told you guys that Bitcoin has to do something very, very soon, right? Whether it was going to pump or have a dump, it just has to do something very, very soon. If we go to the weekly time frame, in fact, let's go to the daily time frame. Okay, and I actually showed you guys this pattern earlier this morning. But this pattern right here, okay, is pretty much called a primary uptrend line. Okay, so what we are seeing right here for Bitcoin, guys, is pretty much a primary uptrend line. And you guys can see Bitcoin has, in fact, bounced off this line a fair few times, okay, for this year in 2023, right? So one right here back in March, okay, you guys can see that Bitcoin was, in fact, having a drop down to the downside, okay, and then it did in fact, bounce back up to the upside. You guys can see that. Okay, and also another time we did in fact see Bitcoin slowly forming this downtrend right here back in April, okay, all the way down here, and it did pretty much touch this trend line, okay, and you guys clearly see it did in fact bounce back up. So you guys clearly see right now, Bitcoin looks like it is most likely about to touch this trend line again, and if Bitcoin does in fact break this line, then that means we will most likely see Bitcoin drop further down to the downside, right? Or we might actually see Bitcoin touch this line and have another leg up to the upside, just like what we have in fact been seeing in previous times. So Bitcoin, in my opinion, is still holding up very, very well, even though, yes, if we go to the 1 hour time frame, okay, you guys clearly see Bitcoin is in fact significantly dropping. Even yesterday, Bitcoin was in fact significantly dropping. Even altcoins, right? We know altcoins yesterday, they were in fact dropping as well, okay, and today they are dropping even more for the past 24 hours. Okay, if you guys look at the 7 days percentage, right, for a lot of these altcoins, they're down 5%, 10%, even over 10% for some of them. Okay, so you guys clearly see Bitcoin is actually dropping today 2%, right, and Ethereum is back down at below $1,800, just below it. So yes, Ethereum is slightly dropping as well, and yes, a fair few altcoins are in fact dropping today as well, right? You guys clearly see BNB down 1%, XRP 2%, Cardano 1%. Cardano has actually been dropping a fair bit for the past few days. Doge is now back down at 6 cents, down 4% today, 10% for the past week. So Doge has been dropping a fair bit as well. Solana has been dropping 1%. Same with Tron, Polkadot as well, and Polygon. Litecoin 4%. Shiba Inu a whopping 7% today. So SHIB is dropping, pretty significantly. Bitcoin Cash as well, pretty much over 7%. Avalanche 2%. Chainlink 2% as well. So you guys get the gesture, right? Today, okay, a fair few altcoins are in fact continuing to drop back down to the downside, just like what we saw yesterday. Okay, so there is in fact a fair few charts that I want to show you guys, and there is in fact some news that I want to cover, okay, for today's stream. So that's exactly what we're gonna go through in today's stream. So yes, like I said, I showed you guys this, okay, so the primary uptrend line that began at the start of pretty much this year in 2023, okay, and this is pretty much a support level for Bitcoin because we haven't seen Bitcoin break this line just yet. So if we do see Bitcoin break that line, then it's gonna potentially, most likely, drop further down to the downside. So far it's still holding up pretty well. You guys clearly see that we've got some room right there, but we will see. Okay, so that's that. Now the next chart, I actually showed you guys this chart earlier today, but I want to show you guys this chart again in case you guys didn't watch my video today. But this just shows you guys the hash ribbons. Okay, pretty much shows you guys some buy signals on the Bitcoin chart. So you guys clearly see that these hash rates are in fact indicating that we should be buying Bitcoin. You know what I mean? And I've been mentioning that many times throughout my videos. Okay, that I've been telling guys, we should be buying Bitcoin right now. We're still in the buy zone. Okay, we should be accumulating as much Bitcoin as we possibly can. We should be stacking as much Bitcoin as we possibly can, because we know the next bull market is obviously right around the corner. We know the halving event is about to happen next year in April, somewhere around April. So that's literally less than a year from now. So time is ticking, you know what I mean? And we know every single time we have the Bitcoin halving, that is where Bitcoin tends to pump the most, right? And that's when the real bull run starts to happen. Oh no, my computer just turned off. Just a sec, guys. Okay, my computer just turned off. The screen just turned off. I have no idea what just happened, but I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. But I hope the live stream is still going. I think it's still going. Okay, it's still going. Cool. So yes, as I was saying, we are in fact still in the buy zone. The halving is in fact right around the corner. It's about to happen, and the bull run is about to happen as well. Okay, so exciting times, guys. So don't be freaked out. With Bitcoin having a slight drop right now. Okay, for the past few hours today. We shouldn't be spooked out by this at all. Okay, in fact, we should be excited. Okay, and we should actually take this as an opportunity, right? When Bitcoin is crashing, we should take this as an opportunity to buy more. Remember, we're already still in the buy zone. Even when Bitcoin was back at 29K to 30K, even when it was at like 31K, it was still a great time to buy Bitcoin. So imagine Bitcoin back down at $28,000. Obviously, right now, it's still a great time to buy Bitcoin, right? That's just me, though. That's just my personal opinion. So that's that. Okay, that's the hash ribbons. And also, you guys clearly see we're in fact in pretty much the pre-halving event. I want to say, okay, we are in fact in the consolidation mode right now. Okay, that's the area that we're pretty much in right now. So the bull run is obviously about to happen. Okay, very soon. We know that. So in the next upcoming few years, 2024, 2025 should be some great years for Bitcoin and crypto, right? So that's obviously upcoming. You guys can see in previous years, right? 2011, 2014, 2018 even. Okay, those years you guys clearly see we're in fact seeing Bitcoin, consolidate, not really moving for a long period of time. So this is not the first time that we are in fact seeing Bitcoin, move on the side. You know what I mean? So this is nothing different, right? So for all the people out there that think Bitcoin is not really moving, it's sort of boring right now, you guys understand we're going to get days like this, right? Bitcoin, we know it's obviously really volatile. It pumps a lot, and of course it dumps a lot. So it's really volatile, and I really do believe in the future, long term, of course, it's going to get less volatile for Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is still a new asset. You guys understand that, right? And just cryptocurrency in general, right? This market in general is a new market. Like it's only been around for like over 13 years. So just think about that. It's like nothing compared to the stock market, right? So it's still a new market. Bitcoin is obviously still a new asset. In my opinion, we're still in the early stages, right? A lot of people think it's too late because I see the price for Bitcoin, but it's not, right? So we're still in the early stages, guys, for Bitcoin. Trust me. But yeah, this is not the first time that we have seen Bitcoin move on its side and not really moving, right? It has happened many times throughout Bitcoin history, and you guys can see that in previous years. So, okay, we will potentially see Bitcoin continue to consolidate at these levels, but I do see Bitcoin reaching at least 50K towards the end of this year in 2023. So I do in fact see Bitcoin, slightly skyrocketing a bit more up to the upside. I think that will in fact happen, okay, because we are in fact pretty much in recovery mode for Bitcoin. So I think, we're going to see more pumps coming for Bitcoin in the next few months. So be ready for that. Now, yes, the halving is about to happen. We know that every single time you guys clearly see we have the halving, that is where Bitcoin tends to pump the most. And you guys clearly see we have already reached bottom. And what's crazy is a lot of people out there think, right? They actually think we will in fact see Bitcoin go back down to its previous lows, right? Back down to its bottom. So a lot of people are out there, I want to say a lot of people, but a fair few people out there are in fact saying that we will in fact see Bitcoin drop back down to 15K, its previous lows. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something real quick, right? That is not going to happen. Very, very unlikely to happen. And the reason why I say that, and I've been saying it many times, because the halving is about to happen. It's literally right around the corner. Okay, it's literally going to happen in the next few months. It's going to happen next year in April. Okay, and understand, right? We are pretty much out the bear market right now. Okay, I wouldn't say we are in fact officially 100% out of the bear market. You know, I will say this though, we are in fact in the early stages of the next bull market. But understand, Bitcoin is nowhere near its previous all-time highs, right? It's not even halfway there yet. So we still have time to see, for us to see Bitcoin grow, right? And of course, reach back up to its previous highs and reach a new high. And all that's going to happen once the halving event actually happens for Bitcoin, right? So you guys can clearly see every single time, okay, we see Bitcoin reach a bottom, it doesn't go back down to its previous bottom, right? So there's no way in hell this time it's going to be any different compared to, you know, other previous years where we've seen Bitcoin hit bottom and it does in fact slowly recover back up to the upside, right? Like for example, 2019, you guys clearly see we saw Bitcoin pretty much go below, all the way down, like below 5K, I believe, okay? Around $5,000, like below $5,000, somewhere on there. So I think it went to like 4K or around 3K, okay, which was crazy at that time because in 2017, we saw Bitcoin all the way up around like 19K, almost 20K. And then it obviously dropped, like in 2018, it dropped significantly. And then 2019, it dropped even more. And then of course, it reached a bottom of around like 4K or around 3K, right? Which was absolutely insane. And a lot of people thought that was game over for Bitcoin. You know, everyone just gave up on Bitcoin, right? They thought Bitcoin was just gonna drop further down, down, down. So it reached the bottom, and then Bitcoin did obviously slowly recover, and then did have in fact a little retest back down again. But then obviously the halving happened, okay, for 2020, our most previous one, and that's when we saw Bitcoin really pump up to the upside, right? So pretty much the exact same thing is gonna happen for next year in 2024 and of course 2025. And this is why I always tell you guys to not be spooked out by what's happening with Bitcoin right now. Even though yes, it's dropping, it's crashing, it's back down at 28K. But long term, guys, okay, in the next few years, 2024 and of course 2025, I'm talking about, it's going to be an amazing year for Bitcoin and crypto, right? So that's that. Okay, so there's no way in hell we're going to see Bitcoin go back down to its previous bottom, right? Its previous lows. That has never happened in Bitcoin history. Okay, so that's that. Now, we are in fact in recovery mode, like I said many times. Okay, so back in 2017, 2016 and 2017, you guys can see we're in fact in recovery mode. And then, of course, in 2017, we pretty much, that's when we saw the real bull run happen, right? So pretty much the same thing, exact thing is going to happen for 2024, right? 2024 and, of course, 2025. Obviously, we're in fact in recovery mode, like I said many times. So we are in fact seeing Bitcoin slowly pushing up to the upside, forming a new pattern, okay, breaking out from its bottom, its previous bottom, which was in fact around 15K. So it's all ups from here, guys, pretty much, right? It's literally all ups from here. So we should be very, very bullish for Bitcoin, but a lot of people are obviously spooked out, especially today, because Bitcoin is slightly dropping and other altcoins are dropping as well. And you guys clearly see overall the market's pretty much down over 1%, 1.6%. So it's understandable, okay? But I'm just letting you guys know right now, we should not be, bearish at all for Bitcoin, especially during this time, right? We should not be freaking out at all. If you are freaking out, you shouldn't be, okay? And also I want to show you guys this because this is actually pretty interesting, okay? So this chart just pretty much shows you guys that a number of addresses, Bitcoin addresses holding over one coin, over one full Bitcoin, has just reached a all-time high of over 1 million. So it seems like to me, okay, a lot of people are in fact now understanding where Bitcoin is heading long term. Okay, and if you guys are in fact, OG viewers and subscribers, then you guys would know that ever since I started this YouTube channel, I've been literally telling you guys and begging you guys, right? I've made plenty of videos talking about this topic of why you guys should own one full Bitcoin, why you guys should accumulate one full coin of a Bitcoin and just, own it and just store it somewhere safe, like a hardware wallet, and just forget about it. Because this one full Bitcoin will potentially make you a millionaire. You will have some type of wealth and freedom, of course, right? Because this one Bitcoin will potentially, guys, okay, change your life forever, right? We know Bitcoin, there's a limited supply of 21 million Bitcoins. Okay, so clearly, right, there's not enough Bitcoins to go around for everyone. Not everyone in the world can own one full Bitcoin. And I really do believe in the future, right, especially long term, one full Bitcoin is going to be extremely rare to own. Like, it's sort of rare today for someone to own one full coin, right? Because one full Bitcoin today costs like, 29K, just below 30K, or 28K. It's dropping right now. But it's like pretty much like buying a new car, right? But in the future, it's like going to be buying a new house, right? It's going to be worth a lot, and it's going to be worth millions of dollars, guys. Not just 1 million, but millions of dollars. Okay, and if you guys don't agree with me, I do in fact have some other topics to talk about that later on in today's stream. So you guys clearly see, okay, it is obviously reaching an all-time high of over 1 million addresses holding one full Bitcoin. People are now understanding and realizing that, it's going to be even more harder to accumulate one full coin because the price will just keep rising. And it's going to be harder and harder and harder to accumulate one full Bitcoin because the price will just be too high, right? Like, imagine trying to invest into Bitcoin when Bitcoin's at like 200K. Like, imagine, you know what I mean? Versus now, right? Trying to own one full Bitcoin now below 30K versus trying to own one full Bitcoin when it's at 200K. Like, it's going to be so much harder in the future, guys. So this is why I always tell you guys to accumulate as much Bitcoin as you possibly can and hold it long term, right? That's just my personal opinion, not financial advice, just my personal opinion. Always do your own research. But understand, guys, there is in fact a limited supply of Bitcoins, which is 21 million, and there's 8 billion people that live on Earth. Do the math. It's simple. Not everyone can own one coin, right? So owning one coin will be extremely rare in the future, 100%. So be prepared for that, guys. Okay. And if you're watching this stream right now and you're trying to having that, you have that goal of accumulating one full coin, do it. You know what I mean? Like, try your best. So, when I remember when I first started investing into crypto, I wasn't investing into Bitcoin first, guys. Like, that wasn't the first coin I was investing in when I first started investing into crypto. It was actually Dogecoin, believe it or not. Right? I don't know if you guys even know this, but yes, Dogecoin was actually the first ever crypto coin I invested in when I first started to get into crypto. So it was Dogecoin, and then it was actually Ethereum, right? Ethereum was my second crypto coin that I invested in when I first started investing into crypto. And then it was Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin was my third asset that I invested in when I first started investing into cryptocurrency. So it was Dogecoin, surprisingly, and then it was Ethereum, and then it was Bitcoin, right? And when I was starting to invest into Bitcoin, I wanted to have that goal of owning one full coin. So I was literally working at a 9 to 5 at the time, okay, and I was doing overtime. I was saving my money, and I would literally invest like 95% of my paycheck into Bitcoin every single time. And I was getting paid like every 2 weeks, every fortnight. And I would just put like 95% of my paycheck into Bitcoin. And then like a few months later, I finally owned one full Bitcoin, and I was so happy. And I didn't stop there. I just kept DCAing into Bitcoin, right? Every 2 weeks, I would just buy Bitcoin. Like every week or so, I'll just keep buying Bitcoin. Okay, and I just kept on accumulating more Bitcoin over time. So if you guys have that goal of accumulating one full coin and you think it's like impossible, it's not, right? Just do it. If you guys don't have a lot of money, maybe get a job, get a second job. I don't know, do whatever you can to get a lot of money and just invest it into Bitcoin, right? That's just my personal opinion. Not financial advice, obviously, just my personal opinion, right? If you guys have that goal of owning one full coin. But it seems like a lot of people are now realizing where Bitcoin is heading long term. So that's that, right? Exciting times for sure. Now, the Bitcoin monthly returns, okay, so far this month, Bitcoin is down 2%. So it's gone down even more. Earlier this morning was like over 1%. Now it's at over 2%, 2.2% pretty much. So August is still not looking too good for this month. We still have just over a week left for this month. So we'll see where this month will end off, maybe in the reds, okay, most likely. Even September. We know September, usually, okay, September is a very, very bad month for Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't really perform that well in September. So I'm not expecting next month for Bitcoin to perform well. I'm expecting Bitcoin to perform pretty bad, right? Because you guys can clearly see in previous years, even in like 2019, 2018, 2017, like Bitcoin wasn't performing too great, right? You guys clearly see that like in a row. So September, I'm expecting Bitcoin to, perform not that great. But hey, that's fine with me. You know what I mean? I can buy more Bitcoin at a cheaper price. I don't mind. Okay, so that's that. Now, let's get into some of the crypto news. Okay, so what's happening in the crypto world today? Now, I already covered this in my previous videos today. So like I said, if you guys haven't seen those videos, you should definitely check it out. But real quick, Coinbase, some exciting news for Coinbase and for all the people out there that are in fact using Coinbase and trading in the US using Coinbase. You should be very, very happy right now because this is actually some great news for you guys, right? So Coinbase stock rises after green light for crypto futures trading in the US. So this is obviously great news, okay, for pretty much Coinbase, okay, and for the people out there pretty much in the US, right? So this is obviously some very, very positive news for Coinbase. It's looking pretty good. And I believe it's not just, I think it's mainly just for like Bitcoin and Ethereum, I think, or just crypto in general. I don't even know. But this is obviously some major news. Now also some great news as well, and I already covered this before, but Shiba Inu, okay, and I actually made a separate video a couple of days ago talking about Shibarium going live, right? So Shiba Inu officially launches Shibarium blockchain. Okay, so now it's officially live. Actually just went live today, like literally a couple of hours ago. So Shibarium is officially live, guys. Shibarium L2 blockchain is officially live, and I believe this is the first ever meme coin to have a layer 2, I believe, right? Which is absolutely amazing. And it seems like Shiba Inu actually has some utility now, right? And I know, guys, like if you guys are in fact in the SHIB army, okay, and you guys are in fact, Shiba Inu investors and holders, you guys have been waiting for Shibarium to go live for a very long time now. And now today is officially live, right? But you know what's crazy? Obviously, Shiba Inu is dropping significantly, like 7% for the past 24 hours. So Shiba Inu is obviously dropping while Shibarium is going live, which is crazy. But it's understandable because obviously the entire market is dropping. Bitcoin is dropping, other altcoins are in fact dropping. So it's understandable why Shiba Inu is dropping as well with it. Okay, I'm not expecting Shiba Inu to pump today. I'm not expecting any other altcoins to pump today. Like, altcoins are not really pumping today. You guys can see that. It's like literally all reds. Okay, you're like, yes, some are in fact pumping, like Rocket Pool, whatever this altcoin is. I have no idea, but it's up over 4%. But on that, you guys can see for the past 24 hours, a lot of altcoins are in fact dropping, and it's in the reds. So it's obviously a red day today. So I'm not surprised that Shiba Inu is in the reds. It's understandable why it's in the reds. But this is obviously some great news for SHIB. You know what I mean? Some great news for SHIB. So that's that. It's officially going live, guys. Shibarium is live. So that's that. Moving on. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We know the author of that book is obviously an amazing book. Honestly, one of the best books I have read in my entire life. Like, that book has changed my life, and it just changed my perspective of how I look at money and how it works, right? How to build wealth and whatnot. So if you guys haven't read that book, you should definitely read it. Oh, I can't reach it. I actually have it right here. This is a great book. You guys should definitely read this book. I'm pretty sure everyone has read it. Like, who hasn't, right? Like, that book has been out for like a while. But anyways, okay, Robert Kiyosaki has predicted Bitcoin to $1 million if the economy crashes. And we already know, guys, the economy is not looking too good. Right, we know that. You know what I mean? The economy is not looking too good in general. So Bitcoin will either way, right, reach $1 million in the future. Of course, I am talking long term. So you heard it here. Robert Kiyosaki predicts Bitcoin to $1 million, guys. Even this person right here, okay, predicts Bitcoin's going to reach $1 million. And you know who else predicts Bitcoin to reach $1 million? We know who she is. Cathie Wood. I've mentioned her a fair bit of times in my videos. Okay. We know Cathie Wood has predicted a $1 million Bitcoin by the year 2030. Now, that is literally not too long from now, right? That's literally like less than 7 years from now. So Cathie Wood, we know she has predicted many times that, we will potentially see Bitcoin reach over $1 million by the year 2030. In fact, her prediction has actually gone even higher than just 1 million. Okay, so just recently, a couple of months ago, she now thinks, right, this is pretty much an update, she now thinks Bitcoin could actually skyrocket to 1.5, pretty much 1.5. Okay, it says 1.48 million, so pretty much we'll round it up to 1.5 by the year 2030. That is absolutely insane, guys. Okay, so just think about that. Okay, just think about that, guys. And if you guys do in fact watch my videos where I talk about this topic of Bitcoin reaching $1 million, I told you guys that yes, maybe in a decade from now, okay, over the year 2030, we will potentially see Bitcoin reach $1 million. And that's why I've been telling you guys many times, in the next bull market, right? So of course, the year 2024, and of course, especially 2025, I do in fact see Bitcoin reaching, okay, at least 200K to 250 to maybe even $300,000. Okay, I've been mentioning that many, many times, right? So I do in fact see that happening for Bitcoin. Okay, so you guys let me know in the comments down below, what is your personal predictions for Bitcoin in the next upcoming bull market? I think it's going to be around 200K to 250 to maybe even 300K. And a lot of people out there are in fact predicting that Bitcoin can go way higher than 300K, which is insane. But you never know, guys. Okay, you never know. Like, I think it's actually possible for Bitcoin to reach those targets, because you guys understand, back in 2020, let's just say, right, when Bitcoin was at like 6K or even at like 9K, 10K, even at 11K, right? No one knew, right? No one knew in the next bull market Bitcoin would skyrocket all the way up over 60K. No one knew, you know what I mean? Like, no one knew like that would actually happen for Bitcoin, right? So you guys understand, you always have to think of a unrealistic price for Bitcoin in the next, bull run, in the next bull cycle, because it's gonna happen, in my opinion, guys. I think we will in fact easily see a 200K Bitcoin in the next bull market. Okay, so someone says here, watching you before I sleep, what do you think of AVAX? So what do I think of AVAX? So Avalanche, I actually like Avalanche. Okay, I like what they're doing. I like their fast, transactions. Okay, it's obviously way faster than Ethereum's. Okay, and what's funny? A lot of people were in fact saying that Avalanche is a Ethereum killer, but clearly it's not. So if we look at Avalanche, clearly Avalanche right now is a great buy. Okay, you guys can clearly see AVAX was at $128 back on November of 2021. Obviously, when we're in fact in a bull market. And ever since then, you guys can clearly see AVAX has in fact dropped ever since then, and now currently it's at $11. So, like I said, I like Avalanche. I actually used to, the reason why I say I used to, because yes, I used to invest into AVAX a lot. Okay, I actually made a video, fair few videos talking about Avalanche, and I actually made a video of me, buying into AVAX, right? You guys know how I make those investing videos, right? Where I show you guys what I'm personally buying and actually show you guys how much I'm investing in. I actually made a video investing into Avalanche. I believe it was like over $1,500 at the time, or $1,600. This was like last year, I believe. But you guys have to understand, I did in fact hold a lot of Avalanche. I was actually, buying a whole bunch of it, right? But you guys understand, I did in fact, take my profits from AVAX. And you guys are probably wondering, what did I do with that money? I pretty much just reinvested it into Bitcoin, right? That's what I did, guys. You guys have to understand, like, I was investing a lot of my money into different altcoins. Like, I'll invest like a fair bit of my money, into like other altcoins. But then I realized, I want to invest more into Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So I started to really take my profits with majority of these altcoins. Like, for example, I took my profit with Doge, okay? And with that profit, I pretty much just reinvested it into, I think it was Ethereum. It wasn't actually Bitcoin. But yeah, you guys know, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum are obviously my main two investments. So with majority of these altcoins that I'm investing in, with those profits, I'm pretty much just gonna reinvest it back into Bitcoin or Ethereum. But there are in fact some altcoins that I'm actually gonna plan to hodl them for a long period of time, right? Because I really do believe they will perform pretty well. I'm not gonna name them or anything like that, but there is in fact a fair few altcoins that I am in fact planning on holding them for a long period of time. And you guys understand, like, I was investing like over, like, kid you not, like, you guys probably wouldn't even believe me, but I was literally like, I think back in 2021, I was investing into like 30 different altcoins, and it was bad. Nowadays I only invest into like 8 different altcoins, right, including Bitcoin. So it's gone down a little bit, you know what I mean? Because I was like, why do I need to invest into so many different altcoins, right? So I just decided to stop doing that, and I put all my focus into like Bitcoin and Ethereum mainly, right? I was like investing into like Helium. There was like Uniswap as well as investing in. Cosmos was another one that I was investing as well. I still do, but I haven't bought much of it. There was Litecoin, there was Filecoin as well. Sold all of it and just reinvested it. There was VeChain. I actually stopped buying VeChain. I'm glad I did too, because I don't know. I don't think VeChain's gonna do anything, but maybe it will in the next bull market. We will see, because you guys understand, alt season is about to happen, and that's when we're gonna see a lot of altcoins pump. But yeah, Aave was also another one. Axie Infinity, Algorand was also another one that I was investing into heavy, and I was investing into a lot of like gaming crypto coins like Sandbox, Decentraland, Axie Infinity, and there was also another one called Engine Coin and Gala. And I stopped investing into all those, right? I literally just completely stopped. Like, my main focus now, guys, is just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, that's literally it. And I know how big the gaming industry is going to be. And I know, right, like, these gaming crypto coins will perform pretty well in the future, right? Because the gaming industry is pretty big. That means these gaming crypto coins will potentially, perform pretty well, right? And I've been saying this many times, like Tezos, I was planning on investing in it, but I haven't bought into Tezos at all. I don't know why. Like, when I tell you guys, like, my main focus right now is just Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm telling you guys that right now. You know what I mean? So that's that, right? I kind of just slowed down investing into like altcoins. And there's also another one. This is altcoin called Render right here, and a lot of people are in fact saying that this is the next altcoin that we should be, keeping my eye on. And I was actually planning on investing, a little bit of my money into this altcoin, because it's gonna do something with. I think this altcoin has to do something with like AI, and we know how big that AI space is. So I might actually go ahead and invest a bit of my money into this altcoin called Render. But I need to do a bit more of my research, right? Because I don't know much about it. But yeah, I just, with majority of the altcoins, I just take my profits and just pretty much reinvested it into like something like Ethereum or Bitcoin, right? So that's that. But that's just my personal opinion, guys. That's just personally what I'm doing. I still like AVAX, okay? For the person that's wondering, I don't mind AVAX, but I don't hold any AVAX today. I might go ahead and buy some more, potentially, right? I will see. But my main focus here right now is literally just Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's literally it. And obviously some other altcoins, right? But main focus here is just Bitcoin and Ethereum. That is literally it, right? And it's because, guys, you guys understand, right? I just feel like when I'm investing into crypto, I just want to make sure it's safe. So obviously when you're investing into Bitcoin, it's safe. You know what I mean? Like Bitcoin, if you guys were to ask me, like, what should I invest when I'm investing into crypto? Like, what's the safest way? Just put your money into Bitcoin. That's all I really got to say. You know what I mean? Like, literally, Bitcoin is literally the safest asset out there, in my opinion. And it's the top dog, right? Like, it controls everything. You know what I mean? Not everything, but like, you guys know what I mean. Like, if Bitcoin is pumping, then the entire market will pump with it. Majority of the time, that does in fact happen. We all know that, right? So that's that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate that. If you guys have not yet seen my previous videos that I've uploaded today, you should definitely check them out. They are in fact pretty interesting, but pretty much I covered everything in today's stream. So if you watch the stream, don't bother. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. More videos will in fact be coming away tomorrow, so stay tuned for that as well. I will obviously keep you guys updated on what's gonna happen with Bitcoin, because we're gonna see what's gonna happen with Bitcoin, right? If it will continue down to the downside, or will it bounce back up? We will see. I will obviously keep you guys updated on that. But I'm telling you guys right now, do not be spooked out. Okay, I know I keep saying that, but don't be spooked out. Don't be freaked out by what's happening in the crypto market right now. In fact, like, this is not even like a major crash. Yeah, yes, it's crashing, but this is nothing too crazy compared to what we saw, like something like last year in 2022. Last year in 2022 was a completely different story. If you survived 2022, like, you can literally survive anything, because during that time in 2022, when Bitcoin was dropping like crazy, other altcoins were dropping like crazy, a lot of things happened. A fair few crypto exchanges went bankrupt, we know that, and just shut down. And we saw Terra Luna crashing. Like, all these things just caused the crypto market to crash significantly. So if you literally survive that year, you can literally survive anything, right? So what we're seeing right now, like, is completely nothing compared to what we saw last year in 2022. You know what I mean? But that's that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Have a blessed day, guys.